Hey, Hans from Request for Music here. I just wanted to show you all of the visualizer utilities that I have. I added auras to that list yesterday, which is a waterfall spectrum diagram. And next to the auras, I have the polar, I have the spectrometer, how do you say that, and a scope. And just to show what it does, I have a prism oscillator connected to a mixer, which is connected to delay and reverb. And all of these signals are connected through and through. So let's just see what it does. I have, obviously you won't see that in the graph, which is just a bit too small, but I have the pitch and the gate connected to the prism, and I have the output of I even think I don't even have the outputs of the delay connected to the normal main outputs, but anyway, I have the outputs connected to auras, to polar, to spectrometer, and to the scope, just to show you what it looks like. So the difference, of course, is that there is a difference in the way that the visualizers work. So that means that if I just press a note, you see that on the polar it sort of shows you the phase correlation of all of the signals that you have. The auras shows you a waterfall spectrograph, where you have the different frequencies. I've got it set to log at the moment, and I have a speed selected, and I have a color scale selected, or color map, which is called heat map in this case, and which I like best, I think. I have a excuse me. I have a brightness setting, and for the rest, if I click such a thing, it's just going to scroll down. It's going to take a line for each of all of the frequencies that it measures, and the colors that are set are based on amplitude within that frequency range. And if I set it to linear, you see that it measures differently. It spreads those frequencies differently over that full bar. So let's keep it at log, sorry. And you see that this is then calculating those frequencies, and if I take a higher note, you see this heat sort of thing going up, and it measures all of the harmonics in there. And if we look at the polar, it just calculates those phase correlations, so you get a different sort of spectrometer or spectrograph in that way. And I can play around with that. And then I have the actual spectrometer, which creates a line graph, although you can set the different ways in which it works with even colors and stuff like that, where it calculates colors over the frequencies that it measures. And you have a minimum and a maximum frequency that you can set to sort of spread that out over a range as well. And you see that the maximum values are also the maximum values in the heat map. And for the rest, I have a normal scope, which just shows you the signal itself, and where you can set a time base and a gain and that kind of stuff to show you what the wave actually looks like. So that's really the difference within these different ways of looking at it. And apart from that, it just looks cool, I think, to have all of those frequencies show up in such a thing. And you can set the speed so it goes faster down, or you can have it very slow, and you see it just dies out when the sound itself dies out. So if I would have a longer attack, it will come up a bit more slowly, depending on how much or how slow that speed is. Let's have it died out yet again and then start off. And it goes to this higher sort of brightness a bit while picking up that amplitude by use of the envelope, and then dies out again. And of course I can set the brightness and the color mood, so let's just go with mono for now, which is just gray, black and white. But as I said, I like the heat map myself best. So you can set the brightness, which really burns it out almost, and still showing you where the highest notes are and so on. And obviously that is too high, but so you can just play around with that, and the pause, as it says, is indeed just a pause. It just breaks that signal, or it holds that signal. It doesn't do anything with it then yet. It doesn't respond to the color setting. It won't change that. Neither will it do in the brightness. It's just holding there until you press the pause again to switch it off. But anyway, so that is the sort of comparison between all of those visualizers in there. I hope you like them, and there might even be more added to the system to show audio in different ways, but that's for another time, I guess. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye bye.